SciFactors presents The Psychology of a Super Soldier, Historical and Modern-Day Experiments. The concept of a super soldier has long captured the imagination of military strategists, scientists, and the public alike, whether through the enhancement of physical abilities or the manipulation of psychological resilience. The idea of creating soldiers who can surpass human limitations has driven numerous experiments and research efforts across various nations. This video delves into the psychological aspects of these super soldier programs, examining historical precedents and modern-day initiatives that seek to transform ordinary soldiers into extraordinary combatants. Historical foundations of super soldier experiments. The pursuit of superhuman warriors can be traced back to ancient times when warriors were often given substances believed to increase their strength and courage. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that systematic, scientifically backed efforts were made to enhance soldiers through psychological means. Nazi Germany, the blitzed soldiers. During World War II, Nazi Germany became notorious for its attempts to create super soldiers through chemical and psychological means. One of the most infamous substances used was pervitin, a methamphetamine that was distributed to soldiers to enhance their endurance, alertness, and aggression. Pervitin allowed soldiers to stay awake for days, marching and fighting with little need for sleep. This drug was a crucial component of the Blitzkrieg strategy, where rapid and relentless attacks overwhelmed enemy forces. While pervitin provided short-term benefits in terms of stamina and focus, it had severe long-term consequences. Soldiers became addicted, experienced hallucinations, and in some cases suffered complete mental breakdowns. The drug's impact on the brain was profound, altering neurotransmitter levels and leading to increased aggression and paranoia. The psychological toll on these soldiers was immense, with many unable to reintegrate into civilian life after the war. The Soviet Union psychological conditioning and indoctrination. The Soviet Union, particularly during the Cold War, was another nation that sought to create super soldiers through psychological means. Rather than focusing solely on physical enhancements, the Soviets employed a combination of psychological conditioning, indoctrination, and brainwashing to create soldiers with unyielding loyalty and fearlessness in battle. Soviet scientists experimented with sleep deprivation, isolation, and stress to break down and rebuild soldiers' psychological resilience. This was combined with intense ideological indoctrination, where soldiers were taught to view themselves as instruments of the state, with no personal identity or desires outside of serving the Soviet Union. The result was a generation of soldiers who could endure extreme hardship and perform under conditions that would break most people. One of the most chilling aspects of Soviet experimentation was the use of Pavlovian conditioning to create automatic responses in soldiers. For instance, soldiers were trained to suppress fear and pain through repeated exposure to traumatic stimuli, effectively turning them into emotionless, obedient fighters. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the psychology of super soldiers, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to SciFactors for more content on the intersection of psychology and military science. Modern-day super soldier programs. As technology has advanced, so too have the methods used to enhance soldiers. In the 21st century, several nations have pursued the creation of super soldiers through both physical and psychological means, often blurring the lines between human and machine. The United States DARPA and cognitive enhancement. The United States has been at the forefront of military innovation, with the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, leading the charge in developing new technologies for the battlefield. One of DARPA's key areas of focus has been on cognitive and psychological enhancement for soldiers. Brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, are one of the most futuristic aspects of DARPA's research. These interfaces allow soldiers to control machines or communicate through thought alone, effectively turning them into cybernetic organisms. The implications of BCIs are vast, with potential applications ranging from controlling drones to enhancing situational awareness on the battlefield. However, the psychological impact of such technology is still largely unknown, raising ethical questions about the potential for mind control and the loss of personal autonomy. Another area of research is transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS, a technique that applies a low electrical current to the brain to enhance cognitive functions such as focus, learning speed, and resistance to stress. Studies have shown that TDCS can improve a soldier's ability to perform under pressure, making them more effective in combat situations. However, there are concerns about the long-term effects of such stimulation on brain health and whether it could lead to dependency or burnout. China has also been investing heavily in the creation of super soldiers, with a particular focus on cognitive enhancement and genetic engineering. Reports suggest that Chinese military scientists are exploring the possibility of using CRISPR technology to edit the genes of soldiers, potentially enhancing their physical and mental capabilities beyond what is naturally possible. In addition to genetic engineering, China is believed to be researching psychological warfare techniques to create soldiers who are not only physically superior, but also mentally unbreakable. This includes the use of neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, and other forms of psychological conditioning to ensure absolute loyalty and discipline among troops. The ethical implications of such research are profound, particularly if it leads to the creation of soldiers who are essentially programmed to obey without question. Russia has a long history of experimenting with psychological manipulation and mind control, dating back to the Soviet era. In recent years, reports have surfaced of Russian research into neuro-weapons and psychotronic weapons, which are designed to influence or control the minds of soldiers and enemies alike. These weapons are believed to use electromagnetic radiation or other forms of energy to disrupt brain function, potentially causing confusion, disorientation, or even physical harm. While the exact nature of these weapons remains shrouded in secrecy, their development reflects Russia's broader strategy of information warfare, where psychological operations, or PSYOPs, are used to manipulate both enemies and their own troops. Russia has also been known to use advanced psychological conditioning techniques in its elite units such as the Spetsnaz. These soldiers undergo rigorous training that includes extreme physical and psychological stress, designed to break down their sense of self and rebuild them as highly disciplined, emotionally detached fighters. The psychological toll of such training is significant, with many soldiers suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD and other mental health issues after leaving the military. As we look to the future, the concept of the super soldier is becoming increasingly intertwined with advanced technologies, particularly in the realm of neuroscience. One of the most intriguing developments in this area is Elon Musk's Neuralink, a brain-computer interface that has the potential to revolutionize how humans interact with technology. Neuralink is designed to implant tiny electrodes into the brain, allowing for direct communication between the brain and external devices. While Musk's vision for Neuralink includes applications in healthcare, such as treating neurological disorders, the military potential of this technology is vast. Imagine a soldier who can control weapon systems, drones, or even entire networks through thought alone. This could lead to the creation of soldiers with near-instantaneous reaction times, unparalleled accuracy, and the ability to process vast amounts of battlefield data in real time. The integration of Neuralink with weapon systems could create a new breed of soldiers who are not only physically enhanced, but also cognitively superior. Such soldiers could operate complex machinery with the speed and precision of thought, making them highly effective in combat situations. However, this raises significant ethical questions about the potential for loss of autonomy. If a soldier's thoughts can be directly interfaced with a machine, to what extent are they still in control of their actions? Could such technology be used to override a soldier's free will, turning them into little more than a living weapon? Moreover, the psychological impact of being connected to such technology is largely unknown. The human brain is not designed to process the kinds of data that might be transmitted through a Neuralink device, and the long-term effects on mental health could be profound. There are also concerns about the potential for hacking or other forms of cyber manipulation, which could turn these enhanced soldiers into liabilities rather than assets. The development of neuroweapons and psychotronic warfare also suggests a future where the battlefield is not just a physical space, but a psychological one. Soldiers could be targeted with weapons designed to disrupt their thoughts, emotions, and cognitive functions, leading to new forms of psychological warfare. These developments highlight the need for new ethical frameworks and legal protections to ensure that soldiers are not exploited or dehumanized in the pursuit of military advantage. As we move forward, it is crucial that we balance the pursuit of military innovation with respect for human dignity and autonomy. The creation of super soldiers through technologies like Neuralink could lead to unprecedented military capabilities, but it also risks creating a future where soldiers are no longer fully human, reduced to mere tools of war. If you're interested in more content exploring the intersection of psychology, neuroscience, and military science, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Sci-Factors. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth analyses on these fascinating topics.